Okay, so um, lots of people have asked me questions about 3D printing. One thing I want to make perfectly clear is I am a novice. I am a baby at this. I am learning, and I'm having a blast doing it. And I thought I'd make a few videos to show people how to use the different things that I do to be able to get a print. I'm in the process of printing a Robbie the Robot. I am going to make a video diary of that and post it on the 3D print sci-fi groups and the Robbie groups, so people can see all the mistakes I make along the way, all the things that happen that are good, the things to look for. You guys will be encountering as I grow in this, and as I make Robbie, you'll actually be able to see some of the mistakes I made and everything else, which is everybody's going to make mistakes. And I think it's easier to show people that, you know what, you're not perfect. You don't have to be perfect. These are the things you're going to encounter. So the first thing I want to do is talk about the computer program called Cura. Cura is the program that I use and lots of people use to be able to read the STL files, which is stereolithographic file. That's what the file extension STL is an abbreviation for. Now, I don't know how other printers print, but my printer does not read STL files. It reads G code, and that's what it prints off is G code. And so you have to go into a program and you have to convert it over from STL to G code. And that's what Cura does. Now, the thing about Cura that's really nice too is Cura allows you to look at the file, and it's called Prepare. There's a thing called Prepare, Preview, and Monitor. So I'm going to show you what Cura looks like when you first bring it up. So this is Cura. It's got this virtual build plate, and over here you can actually change the different positions of it. So like if you hit over here, your build plate will change positions from left to right, top to bottom. Here's top. Let me come over here and I'll go over here. This will actually cause it to kind of shift a little bit. So now you can get it from a 3D cubey looking thing. I always start off with this one here, which is called not top view, but left view. It helps me, I don't know, just kind of look at it and kind of get an idea. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to bring a file. So we'll go up to File, up here on the top. Go up to File, and we're going to open a file. And I'm going to look for, in my Robbie 3D, I've created my own file folder. Well, I'm in my leg, and I'm on my left leg right now. And I'm going to go and do the pivot top. So I'll double click on that. And as you can see, it brings the pivot top STL file for you to view it. Now, the nice thing about Cura is you can use your up, down, and left and right arrow keys to rotate it. You can actually rotate this thing around. Okay? So I like rotating it to where I can see right here. We'll do it off to the side a little bit so you can see some of the detail. The iPhone kind of blanks it out a little bit here. Okay, so what you want to do is you want to go up to what's called Preview. Now this is Prepare, where we can look at it from all different angles and everything else. Now we want to preview it. So we'll go to Preview, and over here it says Slice. See where it says Slice right there? Okay, what Slice does is it converts your STL file into a G code. So right now it's slicing, so we'll give it a little time. And depending on the size of your file is how long this thing takes. Okay, so as you can see there, all right? Now, once it says slice, it'll tell you how long it'll take to print it. 19 hours and 22 minutes, okay? And I can save this to an external USB drive, or I can wirelessly send it. And this hooks up actually wirelessly to my 3D printer. And if you look over here, you'll actually see, I don't know where that files came from. you'll actually see right there where it says S2A leg pivot top. That's your G-code file. So it's created a G-code file. And this is what it looks like after it does a preview, okay? So I'm going to bring it over this way. I'm going to bring it right off to the side here so we can see it. Now, you're going, what's the red? What's the blue? What's all of that? Well, you go up to color scheme, and it says line type. Now, you can change your color scheme to anything that you want to change it to. I like line type. And what line type does is it'll show me the extruder. It'll show me travels. What travels are is if you have two things printing at the same time, they have to print back and forth between each other, and you'll have these little stringy things. Those are called travelers. Okay, you have helpers. Helper has to do with your support. And there's all different kinds of support. There's normal support. The one I use is called tree because the support acts like branches from a tree. And it's the best one that actually supports your print. And the nice thing about tree is when it's printing the supports, when you get done, you're going to have your print and you're going to have your support printed. Tree is separate looking. So you can tell what part of it is actually the support. And you just break it off. You just break it off. It's made in such a way where you can break it off. And then it'll expose your actual print. Then you've got shell. Shell is actually the outside of what the print looks like. Infill is actually the inside of what the print is. So as it's printing and it starts off printing, it's going to have this thing called infill. And I use an infill called zigzag. There's like, I don't know, 20 or 30 different kinds of infill that you can do, which is pretty amazing. But I like this one the most. Let's see what else we got. And then you got starts. So as each one of these are checked off, it will show you in your print exactly what these things are. So if you come over here, you can see the blue one on the bottom, that's tree, that's your helper. Then you've got the red, which is your shell. And then you got the yellow on side, which is your infill. And then you've got your travelers going back and forth here a little bit. These are going to be just little stringy things. They come off really, really easy. You got nothing to worry about. So over here, you've got a slider bar. And what the slider bar does is it allows you to look at time for each layer. So we're going to bring it all the way down. And as you can see, it's kind of gray with some blue on the bottom. Okay, your blue is the beginning of your helpers. And you can see your yellow, which is your extruder 1. I only have one nozzle on mine for extrusion, but you can do extruder 2s, 3s, depending on how many nozzles that you have. Okay, I only have a 1. Eventually I'll get to a 2-1, probably get a 2 when I get used to it, but you know, I'm still super novice at this. So as I move the slider up, let me get my arrow to my slider, you'll actually see differences. Now, to move the slider, you have to push down your mouse button like you would, and you're just going to move it up like this. So it's grabbing it. Now, if you walk over here, you can actually see it start to grow. This is the actual progression of the print. So it will show you all the things inside. You can see the tree growing. That's your support. You've got your yellow infill, or orange actually infill. That's actually inside, giving it the beefiness inside of this to give it strength. Then you've got the red on the outside that's growing at the same time. That is your shell. That's actually the cool looking on the outside of it. And then as you can see, it goes all the way up to the top. It's infill, and then it extrudes the top nice and smooth on top of it. This is a really important feature to me. I'll make another video later, and I'll show you why it's really important, and you really want to pay attention to your simulation doing this. Okay, so I'm going to move the view here so that you guys can see the bottoms and tops. There's the tree. As you saw when it first started printing, see, that's when it first started printing to form the helper, which is tree. Helpers basically is, like I said prior, it's your support. It can be tree, it can be normal, it can be all different kinds of things. The thing on the outside here, running around like this is your adhesion. And adhesion does different things. It does brim, it does skirt, and it does raft. And each one's thicker than the other. I always experiment first with brim, which is the thinnest one. If it grabs really good, then I keep brim. If it doesn't grab really good, then I'll go to skirt. And if that's not, then I'll go to raft, okay? So let's move the position view of this back to where it was, like this. Now I'm gonna rotate it so you can actually see tree right there and tree right there. So this will hold up your print while it's printing from the bottom and up into the air. Okay, now you can actually change the positioning on this. I'll do that in a different video for you guys. But I wanted to at least give you guys a taste of what this is. Okay, Cura is free and it's really, really neat to use. People have told me that I need to put a wireless camera on my 3D printer. I will do that so I can actually have side by side. I can watch it print while I'm working in Cura. Again, I'm just brand new at this. So I'm in the process of printing this print right now. It should be done in the next 7 hours. And then I'll do the next video showing you the print, what my printer is, and information and everything coming from that. So this is my very first video on 3D printing, and I hope it's given you guys a taste of the information. Please ask questions so I know what to make my videos, to be able to answer your guys' questions. I know there's a lot of novices out there that want to learn how to do this stuff, and since I'm just learning, I think I'm perfect for this kind of video and these kind of questions. Everyone have a great time printing. I'm so thrilled that I'm going to be printing a Robbie the Robot. I know it's a huge project for my very first project, but I really want to try and I really want to do a good job on this. All right. And I will also be printing videos of my props. There are lots of people that want more videos of specific props. I will be posting those too. So I'm excited about this. My wife is Tina, I'm Carrie, and Tina posts and I post both. If you have any questions about this video, please put down your questions. Be sure to like and share the video. I'm trying to grow my channel, and there's a lot of people that really want me to grow my channel because the amount of information is so diverse on my channel. Thank you so much for your time.